Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Su-14-2, the school bus, the Tier 8 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of General Disturbance. But I'm afraid this is a troll video. Yes, I'm about to get trolled by a member of my own team. Now everything seems to go well at the start of the game. Everyone's moving to their firing positions. Some are going to the west, some are going to the east. And there's one tank sitting in the cap area. Dirk Diggler. Yes, I think it's a reference to a particular American movie. I'm not going to say any more about the movie or what it contains, but Dirk Diggler is going to have a prominent part in the trolling. He is the troll. Okay, game started. Now I'm using the stock gun, the 152mm, because it's got a much better chance of getting more hits, and with more hits you can get more damage, and potentially that means you can get the third mark. Okay, I'm looking for an enemy target. I can see there was a Barask in there. We can see a CS-53 at the back of the map. It's a long shot. And the shell goes to the right, so no joy out of that one. Now Dirk Diggler in the Carnarvon, he's actually gone up to the centre line. At the moment I'm trying to hit the enemy on this side of the map. I believe there's a Barask in there somewhere. Oh, there he is. Fire a round in. Ow, it went over the top of him and landed in his path, but no joy out of that. So backing up, changing position, looking over towards the centre line and up onto the hill. There's an enemy EBR up there. It looks like he just got hit. He's pulled back, but he's pulling forwards again. Rounds out and lands in his path, but doesn't do any damage. Now, over the centre line area, which is just directly opposite where Dirk Diggler is, enemy tanks have been seen. And there's one of them. It's the Emil 2. No, the Emil 1. Rounds out. Lands just in front of him for 183. Changing position again. Keeping them guessing. Reload time 21 seconds, which is pretty good actually for a 152mm howitzer. And a lure has been found. A Batchat 12 ton just exploded, taken out by our ELC Evan 90. And I got the front of a lure, 274, tracked him, stunned him. You can see the reticule was moving, and that was because I was moving position while still in the aim. So you can just back up a little. You just hit the S key, back up a bit whilst you're still looking at the target. Rounds out on him again, and another hit. And that one landed on his front plate. There's a Lorraine off to this side. I've marked him as target this time to let my teammates know. I think he's moving this way. Line up a shot, work out where he's going, rounds out. No joy from that. Back on the lure. The trolling hasn't started yet, but that's because the Carnarvon hasn't come over to this side of the battlefield yet. He is on the way back though. There's the Emil. Rounds out. Lands alongside him for 301, which means I've got 835 hit points of damage so far. Follow the lure. Watch what he's doing. Try and work out. He's still there. Okay, and rounds out. Lands to one side. And I'm backing up. And you can notice the Carnarvon's on his way over. Of course, I wasn't paying any attention to him at this time because I was more concerned about what was going on this side of the battlefield, because the enemy had pushed through. And now an MX-5100 was on his way towards our railway line. That one landed nearby, but not on target. And now Dirk Diggler is getting involved. Yes, he's trolling me. He's pushing me about and shooting into my side. And I've asked everyone to report the Carnarvon. Yes, he's being complete idiots. I'm not going to shoot at him though. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. So, yep, he's finally moved away. And he says, now you woke up to the answer. No, I was fully aware of what was going on. I think this guy was just being a complete and utter idiot. And now he's come to troll me again. And I've told him, now you're a troll on YouTube, because of course this information is going to be passed out to everyone. And now everyone will know that he is a troll, and they'll know to avoid him, not to platoon with him, not to make friends with him. He is a troll. Anyway, I'm going to the game, because I'm starting to fire on this one. He pushes me just as I shoot, so the shell doesn't land anywhere near me. You can see he's actually trying to push me forward. But even though he did all of that, I'm still playing the game, and I'm still trying to get damage on the enemy. Almost ready to shoot. Oh, Barras comes into sight. And it goes long again. We're getting an awful lot of those shots nowadays, where the shell doesn't go anywhere near where you expect it to. I think that's one of the reasons why Zoballs wants that mod designed and created, so we can work out how much the deviation is occurring. Well, I actually killed the Lorraine 40 Thunder with a blind shot. Trying to get that Emil now. Decided to go for the ISU 152. I see that he's only got a few hit points. If I can put a round into him, it'll be a kill. Rounds out. Yep, he's dead. And despite the fact that we got trolled, we have lost the east side of the map. That's the big problem. Here comes that Lerva. Direct hit on him, makes him a one shot. Can't see him. I think it was about this moment that the Carnarvon decided to commit suicide. Dirk Diggler just drove straight into the enemy, not even giving a damn about the fact that, yes, the enemy had enough guns pointed at him. He just drove straight down the line and promptly gets wiped out. Well, I got a nice hit on the Emil, but there he goes, killed by the CS-52 Liss, the Fox. So I won't be being trolled by him anymore, but it does kind of leave us at a bit of a disadvantage. There's the Emil. We're way down on the enemy on hit points at the moment. They've got 2,000 more than us. Well, 1,500 more. And most of that's down to the Carnarvon just committing suicide. Blind shot, and it killed the Lerva, who suddenly appears as a wreck. So that's my third kill, but the enemy has now crossed the railway line. And although I'm still focusing on the Barask and the Emil to the south, my teammates are basically firing at the railway line There they are. There's a T-44 hiding behind the rock just there. He changes position. No, it hits the ridgeline, unfortunately. Okay, back to these guys. That Rex moving. Rex don't move, so somebody's pushing him. I fire a round in at the CS52, but I'm pretty certain that Progetto is being helped along by somebody standing behind him and pushing him. Not a very wise move for any tank to do when there's Arty in the game. Yes, you're going to end up getting hit like that. We're now one tank up on the enemy, but we're still way down on hit points. 675. Got a blind hit there. The T-44 is moving in. It's putting pressure on our guys and they're falling back. Here he comes. I'm not loaded, so I can't do anything. And he's now too close, just over the ridge line. I fire anyway. Unfortunately, no joy. They've all decided to come in as quickly as they can, and with such a big Arty like this, it's very difficult to stay camoed and hidden. Got a direct hit with that one. But that TA-44 is way too close now. And it's only seconds before I'll be spotted. And then I'll be taken out. I have been seen. I'm not loaded. The T-44 goes down. I have to move. Can't stay in the one spot. And all I can do is jink from side to side to try and throw off any Arty shell coming my way. There's the Lorraine. And I then get hit by the Emil, who I can't see. And I'm expecting his next shell to take me out. We're 2 tanks down on the enemy now. Another Arty round appears, lands very close to where our tanks were. The Emil goes. Looking to the south again now. There's a T-69 and a Barask in the bowl. And all of a sudden I realised the Fox was actually a short distance away. I've hit that guy quite a few times. You can see the marks on the front of his vehicle. And he managed to sneak up on us and fired a round in and killed me and then the Scorpion G. There's only 3 left on our team, but there won't be for very much longer. Because, yep, they're going to be outnumbered massively. I'm a bit annoyed with myself actually. I didn't swap the camera to the nearest vehicle such as the Progetto or the ELC. But they're the only 2 left, and there goes the ELC, and the Progetto won't be too far behind. And that's the hooter for the last minute, and the Progetto's killed shortly after. So sadly it is a loss, but it wasn't really affected by the troll other than the fact that he committed suicide and he didn't do much damage in any way to the enemy. Here's the end of battle results, and you can see that I didn't actually get any classification or any medals other than a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one I managed to get 13. My win rate for the battle was 2,840, which is Unicum standard. but it was basically affected by this troll, this Dirt Diggler. If we look at the team results, we can see I actually did get the highest damage on my team, but not the highest damage overall. The high caliber actually, well, in fact, it wasn't a high caliber. It was a Patrol GT, went to the Brass for 3,280 hit points. The Scorpion managed 3,102, and this Fox managed to get 2,637. I actually managed to get the next highest damage, 2,273, so I was actually 4th on damage. And then we've got a few other enemies there. Lorraine managed to get a Confederate, and Barras managed to get a Patrol GT as well. So he obviously did exactly the same amount of damage, or spotted at least 6 enemy tanks as the Barras did. When it came to kills, it was actually the Liss who did the best, the Fox. He got 4 kills. The AMX 5100 got 3, and so did I. And 2 kills to the ELC Evan 90, the Tiger 2, the Progetto 46 on our team, 2 kills to the Brask, and the Progetto on the enemy team. Now the Troll, here he is, 231 hit points of damage on the enemy, no kills, and 178 XP for turning up. But this is the Troll who actually tried to push me about and shoot me, and we'll just check his name to make sure that that is his real name. Yep, that's his real name, Dirt Diggler GR, and 48,000 battles under his belt, and he still doesn't know how to behave normally in a game, which is quite sad, really. Personal rating is pretty average, I suppose, but considering the number of battles, I think that's fairly poor. But yeah, the guy was a troll, and there was absolutely no reason to act the way he did. He just drove into the enemy to commit suicide. He wasn't really having a very good game. He didn't do damage to the enemy as such, and as such, it was a complete waste of him actually being in the game at all. It is a premium tank, the Carnarvon Action 10, and so you'd think that he would actually use it to good effect and actually get some good damage on the enemy, but he didn't. When it came to detail, I fired 27 shots, got 9 direct hits, no penetration but 19 splash, damage of 2,273 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage, received 2 hits from the enemy, both were penetrations, I'm afraid, yep. And damage 7 of the enemy, killed 3, did 297 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. On a premium counter, I earned 29,721 credits, got 14,861 from personal reserves, so total was 44,582 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, I took away 5,732 credits profit, even though I was trolled. I picked up 25 bonds from the battle, and 642 XP, 642 again from personal reserves, took away 1,284 experience points altogether. I think actually the trolling by Dirt Diggler actually did cost me, because I reckon I probably would have got at least 2, maybe 3 shots in during the time when he was trolling me. And if those shots had actually counted, there's a good chance I probably would have picked up the high caliber, because as you saw in the team score, the guy had the highest damage in the game, 3,280. I had 2,273. And if I got 3 shots on the enemy, that might have equated to about, what, 200, 300 hit points each shot? That's about 1,000 hit points in total. That I might have actually been able to challenge the Barras for the top slot. But as it was, Dirt Diggler was intent on pointing me in the direction where he wanted me to play and where he wanted me to send shots, and of course acting like a complete bozo in the process. So Mr. Dirt Diggler, you are now known as a troll, and people will avoid you. You will appear on our troll mod so people can avoid you like the plague. And obviously if you happen to be on the enemy team and we see that you're on the enemy team because of the troll mod, we will rain Arty shells down on top of you as hard as we can, so you really enjoy the experience of, you know, the troll being trolled by Arty on the enemy team. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.